Trap game, letdown game. It certainly seemed that way early as the University of Texas took on the University of Texas San Antonio. Longhorns versus Roadrunners. Longhorns entered this game a 12.5-point favorite and walked away with a 21-point victory, but it was not a dominant showing. And if you look at the first half box score, tied 17-17, you would certainly understand. I'll focus first on the defense. The defense kind of let me down coming off that performance against Alabama. UTSA moved the ball up and down the field with relative ease. You look back at their opening drive, 8 minutes, 20 plays, really not contested, a lot of missed tackles, a lot of guys breaking tackles, second, third efforts to try and get them. This is the type of stuff that you saw from Texas last year. And I thought Patterson cleaned up. I think maybe they cleaned it up at halftime because you look at how the defense kind of settled down in the second half. It was evident that there was some sort of kick in the ass that they may have received from the coaching staff, but you would like to see them start sooner because against a lower level competition, and this was the big problem going into this UTSA game, against a group of 5 school, we've seen this team get complacent. I'm glad that they were able to figure it out because UTSA came out to play. They were really opening up the playbook. You go back to the second quarter where Traylor decides to unload his tremendo cojones from the tractor trailer and bust out an onside kick, follow that up with a nice little swing pass to get him like 20 yards. And then you follow that up with a running back passing touchdown. Traylor, you got to really appreciate what he does with the UTSA Roadrunner football program, because you go back to last year and they have that 12-1 season. And then this year they come out the gate, jump out to a 17-7 lead at one point. Longhorns able to rebound. They score 10 points before the end of half, tie at 17-17, but a little bit of a shock and awe. And you go into what they were able to do, how easily they were moving the ball on the Longhorns defense. That's notable. And for the Longhorns, now you have to worry about next week's game, because towards the end of this game, Demarvion Overshown gets called on a targeting call. Bad call, by the way. Horrible call. I hated that targeting play. And you follow that up with what happened to him the previous week against Alabama, the roughing the passer, non-safety call. Overshown is really getting screwed by the Zebras the last 2 weeks. I hate to say it, but it is true. Hopefully, after review, we'll let him play the first half of the Red Raider game, but keep an eye on that as we kind of move through the week. Bad call at the moment. Defense also had another big play. So Watts, the defensive back who missed the tackle on Bryce Young the previous week, he got a little bit of redemption here. UTSA is driving. They're down 31-20. Third down, gets a big tackle, stops the guy short, sets up fourth down. UTSA's quarterback drops back. He finds his best target, his best wide receiver, and he drops the ball. He gives the Longhorns a gift because they were, again, starting to drive the ball. The elusiveness, the mobile quarterback that UTSA had gave the Longhorns a lot of problems throughout that game. 0 sacks, I want to say the Longhorns had on Harris, the quarterback for UTSA, throughout the course of the game. Of course, if you take away the Overshown sack that got turned into a targeting call, of course, he took 0 sacks following that. They pulled him, though, after the failed fourth down attempt. Longhorns get the ball back and were able to just drive the ball down their throat, take momentum. Offense, here's what I'll say about the offense. There's a notable drop-off between Hudson Card and Quinn Ewers that is evident, and anyone that watches the Longhorns play and appreciates what they do on offense can tell you that Hudson Card, he's not the guy. You just kind of hope he gives you a gritty effort. And for what it's worth, on the drive after they get the ball back on the fourth down failed attempt, Card has this big 32-yard rush that sets them up. It comes off the heels of a holding call that had them on 1st and 20, 3rd and 20, something like that. Card is able to break out that play, show off his athleticism. So he does have some natural athleticism, but you go back to the first quarter, he misses Xavier Worthy on 2 deep passes, one of them where Xavier has his guy beat on a step, and the X-Man should have came down with that touchdown. That should have been a play that they connected on. Unfortunately, it's just not the case. He doesn't throw the deep ball with the same ease that Ewers does. They have to hope that Ewers is going to get healthy soon. If you look at the broadcast, they were saying that Ewers was looking healthier, sprained collarbone injury. That's tough to tell exactly when Ewers will be ready to come back. I don't think you'll see him this week against the Red Raiders in Lubbock, but we are getting a conference play now. These games are going to start meaning a lot more. Maybe if we could get him back before West Virginia, that would be ideal, because you really want him the following week against Oklahoma. When we get into Red River, we need Quinn Ewers out there. We need our starting quarterback. See, the big problem, too, with Card in the lineup is the other team, UTSA in this case, knows that they're going to be a little bit more conservative and able to pin their ears back and focus on the running game. It took a while for Bijan to break out. First 8 carries by Bijan, he's averaging 2 yards a carry. First 10 Longhorns carries, they're averaging 2.7 yards per carry. He gets the big rushing score, 70 yards. He has another big rushing touchdown. 3 touchdowns in total by Bijan, so a Heisman-level performance by him. Roschon Johnson was with a few key conversions for them too throughout the course of the game. Had a nice 1-2 punch, but early on, they were just getting nothing on the ground. Turning point moment was the pick six. Harris, the quarterback, just slightly overthrows his guy on what looked like a screen attempt, and that swings momentum. From that point forward, the Longhorns go on a 17-0 run to close this one out. I would give them a B, if only because it was ugly early, did get better late. They'll get a B. They won the game. That's the most important thing. You go on to Lubbock. You go on to another game that you're going to be the favorite in. And this sets them up. You could potentially go 3-1. You're going to be the favorite against West Virginia, 4-1. You go 4-1 into Red River, and suddenly you're starting to look at the season and think, maybe we could be more than just an 8-win, 9-win team. Maybe we could start thinking about winning the Big 12. Don't want to put that expectation out there too early, but it's certainly a possibility now that you've kind of proven to yourself that you can compete with the big boys in Alabama and mentally reset yourself after that game and get the win in what could have been, like I said, a letdown trap spot against UTSA. Guys, let me know below in the comments what you thought about the Longhorns' performance against the Roadrunners. Want to know your thoughts. Again, ugly start, solid finish. What could they do better? What is your keys to victory against the Red Raiders? Leave a like on this video. Helps us in the algorithm. Really helps the channel grow. We want to keep growing that. Keep liking our videos for us. It really helps a ton. Hit that subscribe button. Really helps the channel out. At Juju Talk Sports on social media for all my social media activities. At Slumpbuster Pod, follow the podcast on Twitter. And other than that, guys, I got to throw my horns up after a victory and stay safe, happy, and healthy. We'll see you next time.